Hello everyone. So I'm going to be doing a plan with me in my Filofax Malden Personal rings. So I have the stone one. I'm going to be using an insert, a printable insert from Planner Room Shop. I'm going to be using a collection of stickers from Sweet Deer Stationery. And I am going to be using 3 Tombos. So 158, 992 and 772. And then I've picked out this beautiful washi tape because I like the colours and I thought they matched well, from Lauren Phelps Designs. So let's just make some room here. So let me just show you this collection from Sweet Deer Stationery first. Now, this collection I think is called Spring Journey, but I will double check it and I will put it in the description anyway for you. I do have a discount code for Sweet Deer Stationery, and I will put that in the description as well. So we have just these lovely darker reds, little tartans with the yeah, just introducing a little bit of green to my weekly plans now, because we're coming up to March, so it'd be nice to actually see some sun. Okay, so let me check that you're all in view. Just move that over slightly. Okay, so there's my scissors. Right, always start with, always start with writing in the month. I use this multi-pen from Uni Mitsubishi. It has 4 colours, so blue, black, red and green, and it has the mechanical pencil on it as well. This is one of my favourite pens. I always use, I've got quite a collection of these because I like the feel of them. This is, I can't remember what, it's the wood, this is actually wood. I think it's bamboo, this one. So, and I like that. So let's check where the month starts first. So this was last week. And I shared a plan with me on Instagram for this one. So if you want to catch that, check out my Instagram page. This beautiful kit and collection is the February collection from Colour Calf. I will also link them in the description because I do have a discount code for them, but we don't tend to use discount codes on subscriptions because the discount is already quite substantial. So I'll leave all the information in the description anyway. Right, so February started on a Sunday. I don't know why I can't remember that each time, but what I like to do is just write in the calendar in pencil. Just give it 1 point. These multi-pens are really useful. I'm using them a lot in my Hobonichi Weeks and Hobonichi Cousin at the minute. Because I'm utilising my stencils a lot more, so I'm using the coloured inks because I think it's a waste if I don't use all of the inks. So yeah, so I'm trying to make sure I'm using as much up of the stationery that I've got. Okay, what colour shall I go for? I think I will go for like this, like a dusky rose, 772 Tombow. And I cannot believe we are going into the last week of February already. What? Okay, God, look how, I mean, have you seen this? If you've never shopped with Lauren Phelps Designs before, you're missing out. her washies and stickers are absolutely wonderful. Absolutely gorgeous. I have to say, the shipping from Lauren Phelps Designs is super quick. I mean, the last order I placed with the shop was, I think it was a sale. I think it was PBC, and I ordered it on the Thursday or Friday, and it was here on the Tuesday after, and that was from the US to Britain to the UK. So yeah, it was super quick. So I always like to line the page with some washi, and then we can get started on adding some different colors. So I'm going to use the 158 Tombow just to highlight the days of the week. It's back to school next week. Oh my goodness, we've had a week. Yesterday, so I'm filming this on Thursday night. Wednesday, because I always plan a week ahead, just in case. Yeah, excuse me while I have a drink of water. I'm trying very hard to drink 2 pints of water and more a day at the minute. Right, so yes, what I was saying. So yesterday, Maddock, our oldest, well, he's a middle child because I've got an older son, who's now 20. He's 25 this year. Yeah, he's just turned 24. So Maddock, who is 7 and autistic, he was up at midnight, and so I was up with him. He had a bit of a temperature. Obviously can't tell me what's wrong. So gave him some medicine to bring the temperature down, and he seemed to get a bit better within a couple of hours. He actually did go back to sleep, which is very rare for Maddock. He normally just stays up until the following evening, depending on how much sleep he's had. And he went back to sleep at 6. He got up at 10. But as he went back to sleep at 6, Zachary woke up. And then Ian went to work as well. So my day finished at 10 p.m. last night from 12 midnight. So yesterday was a long day for me. Yeah, it was a tough one yesterday. And we were in the house all day. The weather was really, it was bitterly cold here. Now I say bitterly cold. In other countries, it's probably a lot colder than it is in the UK. But yeah, it was cold yesterday. And it was cold today, to be fair. So today I actually took the boys for a walk down to my mum and dad's. Now, my mum and dad only live, half a mile away. I think it's half a mile, something like that. It's not far. I'm going to put that big sticker. I always like to put a big sticker over the note section because I don't really use the note section very well. Not in this one because I've got my bigger planners and stuff. Yeah, so took the boys for a walk this morning. It's like, right, I'm getting them out of the house today. We're going to go to Grandma and Granddad's. So we did go. I made the mistake of walking the boys past their old school. Just going to put these beautiful florals down. Yeah, I made the mistake of walking them past their old school. And we saw, so there's a daycare in the school. Both boys went to that daycare and they loved it there. And I mean, loved it there. But obviously they don't go there anymore because they're in special schools now. Anyway, we saw the lady that runs, it, and I don't like to waste stickers, so I'm just gonna add those little bits of stickers just to the end there, I don't like to waste half a sticker. Yeah, we saw Katie, the lady that runs the daycare, and the boys were like over the moon to see her. They were super excited. Now Maddock was okay. Maddock was fine because he knew we were going down to Grandma and Granddad's for a walk. Zachary, on the other hand, decided he would go into full meltdown because he wanted to stay and play at daycare. I like these bows. They're always dead pretty. She always puts lovely bows in her collections. Just let me put this together to just double check that I've got them lined up. Yeah, Zachary went into full meltdown on the way down the road then. Just snip that a little bit because of the ring. And then he kept chucking himself on the floor. Bear in mind, it was really wet and muddy and horrible outside. He kept chucking himself on the floor. And I was trying to calm him down. It can be difficult sometimes. Sometimes it can be, there's a difference. So if it's a meltdown and if it's a tantrum, with the boys, it's completely, so a meltdown is, this is a beautiful sticker I'm just going to cut. The meltdown is more a sensory issue. So for instance, if they've got sensory overload or something like that, then it becomes a meltdown and they struggle to process things. And it can take quite a while to calm down. Now, Zachary's only 4, and he's only just learning that how he can kind of handle his feelings, I suppose. And trying to explain to him is quite difficult at the minute, because especially when he has a, now I think it was a tantrum today. Obviously he wanted to stay and play. We couldn't stay and play because they don't go there anymore. So trying to get him to understand that we had to go home was a little bit difficult. Sorry about that. Ian came in from football. So yeah, there's a difference between a tantrum and a meltdown. I'm trying to get Zachary to understand how to kind of process things is probably the same place as we were at with Maddock at the same age. So it was a tantrum. He wanted to throw himself on the floor. Obviously I wouldn't let him because it was absolutely horrible outside. And then he wouldn't walk. Decided I was going to carry him all the way down the road. Now luckily Maddock was having a good day, and Maddock was walking really well and listening to me, which is always good. So anyway, managed to get Zachary a bit calmer by we reached the river down the road by my grandma and granddad's old house, and then he didn't want to leave the river, so he was in one of them today. So yeah, it was nice. Well, no, it wasn't. I was absolutely sweltering. The sweat was pumping off me. I had a big backpack on because I was carrying all the boys' stuff. So anyway, I was quite happy to get down to Mum and Dad's in the end, because it was quite a challenging walk. And then thankfully, by the time I got, Zachary was a bit more calmer and stuff, and we got round the corner, I could see Mum walking towards me. So she took Maddox's hand and they walked around to just round the corner to her house. So yeah, it was an eventful trip. But there you go. We got some fresh air. We got out of the house. It tired him out a bit. And then we got to see Grandma, Grandad, and they love going to me, Mum and Dad's house. And they got to see Ranger as well. Ranger's my Mum and Dad's dog. He is a golden retriever and he's 1 year old. He's lovely. He's absolutely beautiful. Such a good dog. Anyway, so I've decorated the outside because that's what I like to do with these. I've highlighted the week, and now I've just got a few things to write in. I do want to put something at the top here just to kind of hide that week of that's sticking out there. This insert is from Planner Room Shop. She has got hundreds of inserts. I've been using this particular insert for a very, very long time now. It works for me in my Filofax. I know she does them in lots of different sizes as well. I believe this one's called the ADHD week on 2 pages. And I just like it. It just really works. Do you know what I'm gonna go for? I think I'm gonna go for another bow. There we go. And I think we're gonna go with the bow there in the top corner. Yeah, I like that. Now, I do not think, I suppose we're in March, aren't we? Because it's March on the Sunday. But let me think. I don't think I have a March header for this. No, I don't. I think I've used them all. I was going to put a foiled header on there. But I think, just let me check the other shops that I've got, because I've got some fabulous shops in my collection. Let me just see, have I got, haha. I'm going to use another February, and I'm going to use this one from Designer Leafter. See this? How pretty is that with the heart? You see that? So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use it across this picture here at the bottom. Because I think, just look, there we go. And that, now in this book, I always use my Uniball Zento. Now, if you've never written with a Uniball Zento before, the ink is absolutely amazing. It is a black ink pen, this one, and I think it's a 0.5. I do tend to go for the 0.5s. I'm not a massive fan of 0.38. Is a little bit fine for me. So yeah, so I've just got a few bits to write in. So Monday we've got back to school. So that, what I tend to do is write events or meetings in the top little bit here, and then at the bottom I utilize these spaces for like to-do lists for the day. I do write a big to-do list for the week, and then I usually split it up into the days so that I know what I've got to do. So confirm JS shop, because I have to do it by 11 p.m. I will have my JS shop come in. Shop due. I haven't booked it yet, so I can't put a time yet. And then it's Big Bin week. For us, we have got, oh, Ian's payday. There. And I am pretty sure, is Ian going out for breakfast with the lads? I'm pretty sure he is. So Ian out for brekkie with the lads. Nothing on the Sunday. Friday. No. Thursday. Callum comes for his tea. And next week's going to be about getting the boys back into their school routine again. And there we go. So that is my plan with me in my Filofax Malden. This is my my stone Malden, and this is a collection of stickers from Sweet Deer Stationery, and this February sticker is from Designing Leafter. I will leave all the information for the shops on all the discount codes in the description below. The Lauren Phelps Designs makes the washi I've got, and the planner room shop, this is her insert as well. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll hopefully speak to you soon. Bye now.